Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the fire starter, the fearless one who charges ahead when everyone else is still thinking. They're bold, passionate, and unstoppable. But when that same fire burns too hot, it can turn into something darker, something that can scorch everything in its path. Today, we're exploring the dark side of Aries, the warrior within, the temper they try to hide, and the constant battle between ego and control. Aries people are ruled by Mars, the planet of action, war, and raw drive. That's why they crave challenges. They love to take risks, lead the way, and prove that they can conquer anything. On the surface, they seem fearless, confident in every step they take. They move fast, talk fast, and make decisions without hesitation. To outsiders, that energy feels exciting and magnetic. But behind that power lies a restless mind that can't stand still for long. When an Aries sets their eyes on something, they go all in. They don't test the water, they dive straight in, head first. But that impulsive nature can lead them into chaos. They can start fights they never meant to finish, make promises they can't keep, and take actions that hurt the people who care about them. Aries rarely plans ahead. They live in the now, powered by adrenaline and emotion. And when something blocks their path, frustration builds fast. The dark side of Aries begins with impatience. They hate waiting. They hate being told no, and they hate feeling powerless. When things don't move at their speed, anger kicks in. Their temper is sharp, and when it explodes, it leaves people shocked. They can go from calm to furious in seconds. Words fly out that they don't mean, but once said, they can't take them back. Later, guilt hits hard, but by then, the damage is often done. Then there's pride. Aries can't stand being wrong. They see it as a sign of weakness. So even when they realize they've made a mistake, they'll keep defending themselves just to win the argument. That's the warrior side of Aries. They don't want to lose, not even in love, not even with the people they care about most. It's not arrogance as much as fear. The fear of being seen as weak or forgotten or replaceable. That fear pushes them to dominate conversations, to prove themselves again and again, even when no one is competing with them. But the truth is, deep inside every Aries, there's a hidden softness. They act tough, but they crave respect and validation. They want to be admired, not just for their strength, but for their heart. And that's the irony. The same fire that helps them lead can also isolate them. When they're angry or hurt, they build walls instead of bridges. They stop listening. They stop forgiving. And they push people away without realizing it. Aries can also be dangerously addicted to excitement. Routine bores them. They'll chase chaos just to feel alive again. They might jump from one idea to another, one relationship to another, one dream to the next, always searching for the next spark. But when that spark fades, they can fall into sudden emptiness. That's when the darker emotions creep in. Frustration, loneliness, even self-doubt. The hardest lesson for Aries is learning to slow down, to breathe before reacting, to understand that not every battle deserves their fire. When they learn patience, they become unstoppable in the best way. Their courage turns into wisdom, their passion into purpose. Instead of burning others, they become a source of light, strong enough to lead but gentle enough to inspire. So if you're an Aries, remember, your fire is your greatest gift, but it's also your greatest test. Don't let anger steal your peace. Don't let pride keep you from saying sorry. You don't have to win every fight to prove your strength. Sometimes, walking away takes more power than staying to argue. And, if you love an Aries, understand that their intensity comes from love, not malice. When they yell, it's because they care. When they protect, it's with their whole heart. They just need someone who can handle the heat, someone who sees the good in their chaos. The dark side of Aries isn't evil. It's simply unbalanced fire. Wild, passionate, and alive. But when they learn to master it, Aries becomes a true leader. Brave, loyal, and unstoppable. If this sounds like you or reminds you of someone you know, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Because next, we're diving into the dark side of Taurus, where silence, power, and stubbornness reveal a completely different kind of darkness.